Time now, 5:45. Welcome back. Impassioned by a family history of civil rights activism, Muskegon County Clerk Karen Buie serves her community with a greater purpose.
13 on your side's Erin Sullivan joining us live in the newsroom after she sat down with Buie to learn more about her family's history of working to make their community a better place. Good morning, Erin.
Good morning. You may remember during this year's election, 13 on your side frequently spoke with Muskegon County Clerk Karen Buie, who was very transparent about voting security and election integrity. Well, she actually revealed to me that she was so passionate about her constituents' right to vote because of her great uncle, Vernon Dahmer. You could say local politics.
My history with Muskegon has been very in-depth.
Is in Karen Buie's blood.
So he worked with Medgar Evers and Martin Luther King, and he walked with the civil rights activists, and he started the NAACP in Hattiesburg.
Buie's great uncle was civil rights and voting rights activist Vernon Dahmer.
He realized that poor blacks and whites and women too had hindrances to voting.
Dahmer paid polling taxes in Hattiesburg, Mississippi for black and white voters who could not afford it. His motto,
if you don't vote, you don't count.
But his activism made him a target.
At the time, Sam Bowers was the Ku Klux Klan Grand Wizard, I believe they called him. They would have meetings and talking about this black man that was trying to get people to vote and how he was being a threat.
On January 10, 1966, Dahmer was killed by the Ku Klux Klan.
I was only like 4 or 5, so I just remember the chaos.
KKK members set fire to Dahmer's property while he and his family were inside.
My cousins were jumping out windows and trying to escape, and they only had one daughter, and she fell back into the building as they were trying to get out, so she got severely burned and cut. And my uncle was making sure that they got to safety. Well, the building burned to the ground, and he suffered severe lung damage. So he died a couple days after the incident.
His death leaving an impact.
People from all walks of life, black and white, were very upset because this was a good man. This was a man that was a pillar in the community.
A large gathering for his funeral, vowing to continue his legacy.
And that's why his death was so upsetting to the community, was because he was a good man that gave back.
A legacy that has remained alive in his family 3 generations later.
I believe I stand on the shoulders of my uncle and those that have gone on before us, that have shed blood and died for the right to vote. And today we still have voter suppression around the country. We have, in this last election, they were firebombing and setting mailboxes on fire and trying to hinder people's right to vote. So I'm impassioned by that. I look forward to whatever God has for me to do, but we're going to make sure that, as far as I'm concerned, that we protect everybody's right to vote.
Karen also told me she hopes her kids and grandkids continue her uncle's legacy for generations to come. In the newsroom, Erin Sullivan, 13 on your side.